going to read 3 poems tonight. So the first one is called Please Be Careful, something my mom ends every phone conversation with. Please be careful with all of the tiny yous, the ones that stand before trees to feel solid. Hope with your spine, hope like lightning rods nervously reaching. Please bend your voice violently and I will aid in its recovery. I keep a cocoon on my nightstand, abstract it with ferocity, and nightly ply its expectant circumference with breath. I cannot hold my lost hearts in one hand, cannot hold my family's pleas for caution, and while this non-act is of destruction, I politely grow new teeth. Learn to quit, to be gritty, to grease destiny's wheel with lacquered words and lined eyes. Every morning at 8 a.m., a man beneath my window sings so loudly, we are forced to swap irritation for celebration, awake again as we are. Where there is careful, there are careers, sometimes in sadness, intricate mosaic of an eye in tiny pieces. Our palms are filled with good deeds dying to be released, yet so infrequently unfurled that I start to doubt simple concepts. The gravity of my faith is shaky in certain atmospheres. Please be careful with the signals you receive, whether otherworldly or simply another descant received in tandem. To keep a catalog of these dreams, dropped things, a popular song's bridge to which words have been lost. Loss is not an action, just a darkened corner against which I have been beating my voice, and while I stall for understanding, you walks off a roof in Los Angeles. Livelihood in the form of a checkup, an overpriced apartment makes itself scarce. Careless footfall, reverberations no one cares to recall. Please be careful with your heart, with your teeth, with how often you are staying home to write poems. This second poem is about tattoos. It's called I'm Running Out of Skin. I am running out of skin to lend permanence to things I find delightful. Handwriting, informative footnotes, cat gifts gifted by a friend in Kentucky. Can everything important be placed on a body? Everything as a concept, or intricate tattoo of our first spiral staircase, the best glass of wine, the voice you heard when some sweet creature whispered poems to pull you to the other side. Flesh becomes a dedication to hindsight. The spirit can push through pores, become technicolor and interpretable. In essence, we are of ephemera, but here is a way to claim our regret. Often I am forgetful, and for this I am always apologizing, but a woman saved my life despite her likely resentment of my face in the neighborhood. Her silhouette, smaller than mine, carried a whole thesaurus for I'm sorry. Her fingers on my bloody mouth, a great reminder to sometimes be silent. I failed to find her, to arrange my survival in a vase with baby's breath, so I burned her memory onto my body with hope for becoming better. I am running out of skin because every time you breathe it lands with such weight, and parts of me erode, causing storm drains at my intersection to unexpectedly overflow. Each morning, this detritus is a likely annoyance to those more careful of fearless locomotion. Each morning I focus on the corner store's cautious stack of oranges. While I am walking, there is a girl with my face on every corner, her arms free of any tale-telling detail, and I want to kiss her blank joints, tell her how I celebrate such lack of visible failure. So this last poem, I went to lunch with a guy that I work with, work at a startup, and he's one of our VPs of product, and he's super brilliant, and he said this thing about my job. He said, you are the interface between the humans and the computers. And I thought that was really cool. So that's what this poem is about. There are many machines, and near them, many shining faces. There are screens behaving as scrim, and that light, as if passing through chain link, disassembles into distracting thunks. There are two-dimensional children, less breath than bandwidth, appearing near our fairy tales under double filter and the firing squad. It has become expected that we will be unbecoming. The ease of aggressive messages makes capping the volcano impossible, so we must be accidental at all times with our love notes, slip of a thumb held responsible for a regrettable confession. There are many shining faces running machines, and every gleaming iteration is gorgeous. Every dream I have is a punctuation mark haphazardly placed. Today, someone craved your voice. And more importantly, the provisionary mouth. Denied, they have tried to find the self you keep quiet via Facebook. And what they found was the machinery of life when revised. And I love that I remember sending you that one last letter, how I licked the stamp and heard nothing, and heard nothing, and heard. Thank you.